Every one of these glowing spirals organized itself, out of a patchy, disordered start. No leader, no blueprint, no cell seeing more than the squares right beside it. Just one rule, followed by every cell at once.
That patchy mess turned into that?
Order with nobody in charge, and it builds itself. Let's meet the one rule behind it, and watch the spirals build themselves. Give every cell 3 modes that run in a loop: resting, firing, and then a short recovery. A resting cell fires the instant any neighbor is firing. But right after it fires, it has to recover, and during recovery it cannot fire again.
So a firing cell sets off its resting neighbors?
Exactly, and the whole grid runs that same rule at the same time. Let's watch the rule on a small grid, step by step, with a key in the corner. Bright yellow is a cell firing right now, the blue behind it is recovering, counting down step by step, and dark is resting, ready to fire again. Notice the blue isn't half firing, it's just how far along recovery a cell is, before it can fire once more. Now we start a wave with a broken end, a loose tip in the middle. The yellow front lights the resting cells ahead, but it can't roll back, because the cells right behind it are still recovering. So the only way left is to curl, the loose tip winds around itself.
So the recovery zone blocks it, and the free end has to spiral?
Firing ahead, recovering behind, a broken wave can only curl into a spiral. Now watch what the colors mean on screen. The bright crest is cells firing right now, the colored trail behind it is them recovering, and the dark is resting, ready to go. Firing spreads outward in little fronts, and wherever a front tears and ends in a loose tip, that free end starts to curl.
So the bright edge is the wave, and the dark is waiting?
A broken wave end is the seed of a spiral. Let it run, and each curling tip winds the wave around itself, throwing off ring after ring. The spirals press against their neighbors and fill the whole grid.
And nothing is coordinating them?
Local rule, global order, that's self-organization. So why spirals, instead of plain expanding rings? Just after a cell fires, it has to recover, and it can't be fired again until it does. So the wave can't immediately roll back into the cells it just lit, it can only sweep forward.
And a forward-only wave around a loose tip has to keep winding?
A wave that can't go back, pinned to a tip, keeps winding on its own. Stretch out the recovery time, and the spirals grow loose and wide. Shorten it, and they pack in tight and busy. Same one rule each time, only the length of the recovery changes.
So the recovery time helps set the spacing?
One knob, how long a cell recovers, tunes the whole pattern. This rule is what's called excitable. A resting cell waits until a firing neighbor triggers it, and it isn't just pixels. In a real color-changing chemical reaction, sitting in a dish, the same kind of excitable spiral wave appears, but smooth and round. Ours look square because our square grid, and each cell's block of neighbors, bias the spreading fronts into blocky shapes. A smooth medium with no grid gives round spirals. And the same kind of wave sweeps through heart muscle, where a locked-in spiral can become a dangerous arrhythmia.
So round or square, it's the same rule underneath?
Rest, fire, recover, and an excitable world spirals. So next time you see a spiral wave, in a dish or a heartbeat, picture a crowd of cells each just resting, firing, and recovering.
No conductor, and it still keeps time.
Give a crowd one local rule, and it can organize itself.